because she got her own place, own car, and she black on. She ain't even starting none of these niggas. She really about her paper.
Hola.
Ain't got time for no haters.
Okay, y'all, guess what? I have a dream. No, I'm not Martin Luther King, but I do have a dream. So, the last dream that I had, which was like a while ago, talked to y'all about the bowl of flies. Remember I told y'all about that? Okay. This one, this one was so wild. Like, it was so weird. Like, first of all, I was like this some type of like a empress, like royal, like queen type thing. Girl, man, body was looking like that, shot in there. And then on top of that, like, I had on like this long flowy hair. I was dressed in like this like gold type outfit. And we were on like this, like a galactic looking type place. So the place that we were at was Earth, right? And whoever my husband or the king was this huge, the dude was huge, right? I mean, he was taller than me. I had to look up to him, right? And he had on like this all black, like spaceship looking suit on. And for whatever reason, we were leading like an army of people. It wasn't a war or nothing like that, but in real life, I was having like breathing problems or whatever. And in the dream, it was like I was sent to Earth for a short period of time. And short period of time meaning like, like a regular lifespan. And my mission was to lead a whole bunch of people. And for whatever reason, I knew what my purpose was. And my mission was on Earth to lead a whole bunch of people, to awaken them or something like that, right? So then anyway, like, because I was given such a short period of time, my oxygen on Earth was running out. And in the dream, we were like in this, like, you could see up in the sky, it was like, you could see all like the planets look like they were getting closer. You could see like we were in like this rainforest type of area, whatever, like this big open space with a whole bunch of trees in it. And then like, I don't know, it was almost like we were in like this open, vast area. So with all of that being said, I can see me and the husband or the king or whatever. We were leading people, and people were like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But I kept trying to get my message out for so long that my air started to kind of run out pretty quickly. So I was kind of trying to hurry up and talk to them and then talk to the people. So in the meantime, I can see myself like kind of hurry up, and then I can the husband or the man was looking at me like, okay, come on, baby, like hurry up and talk. And then all of a sudden, like this huge spaceship came out of the sky, and all the people were gathering up to come onto this next place before my like the people here on Earth were already used to their breathing. So, but I had like a kind of like a dual citizenship type of thing, but it was almost like my green card or like my passport was getting ready to expire. So I had duality, like I had dual citizenship, but I was only given a certain amount of time. So in the process of that, I had to hurry up and say whatever the word I was going to say. And the spaceship came down because, time was running out. So the spaceship comes down and like everybody's like gathering up and they're trying to run out. And basically whoever didn't get on this ship, like, look, you're going to be staying, you're going to stay here and deal with whatever the consequences of what Earth was going to go through at that time. So everybody started, loading up or whatever. But then I woke up. But y'all, this is not the first time that I've had a dream where it's almost like these, I can't describe it, but it's almost like these dreams are like, they're reminding me of something that has already happened. You know what I mean? Like, I won't necessarily say like they're like deja vu type of thing, but I feel like they are so familiar that like I recognize it, Like, I don't recognize who the man is, but all I know is he's taller than me. And in our time on Earth was, and for whatever time, like when we first met on Earth, it was almost like an instant attraction, as if like, oh my gosh, I know you from somewhere. I don't know you, but I know you from somewhere, right? So when we finally linked up, it was like, yo, like I have so much to tell you. Like, where have you been? But we don't have time for all that mushy gushy stuff. You have a job to do. I have a job to do. And after this job is done, we gotta make it do what it do. You hear me? All right. So with all of that being said, it was like, we don't have time. No new friends. You hear that? We didn't have time to make no friends. We didn't have time to do. We were sent here for a specific reason. And all the other past boys and girls that we done dealt with, it was almost like they were obsolete. Like it was almost like we were given a time frame to let go of everybody that was in our past, right? And when that time expired, it was like, you gonna keep running back to what was, or are you gonna go proceed and move forward with what I'm about to show you? Because it felt like, man, I'm so serious. I started getting like these, like, I wouldn't say downloads, but I started getting like these visions of like, let go of everything from your past by this certain time. Because if not, you gonna have to deal with all of their karma that they are going through. You're gonna fall into that same trap. So in the dream, I just felt like me and this dude, we knew each other from a previous time, but on Earth, we were put here to like lead certain people. And we were also here to make, children, have children too, to kind of lead like the earthly life. But like still, for whatever reason, like my dreams are really starting to get like really descriptive, like very, very detailed. And they only last for about a short, like I woke up like a few times, but the dream kept picking up at the same place of me talking to a whole bunch of people. But man, Shay, man, girl, she was looking bad, boy. I was like, golly, shoot. Man, my skin was clearing up. My skin looked clear. I had lost some weight or whatever. What you looking at? I had lost some weight, and then I was like, and by the time I met dude, it was like I had let go of a whole bunch of people. And it was so weird, man. Like, I just felt like it was like an instant attraction, for real. And also in real life, look, same scenario almost. But anyway, I'm not gonna tell y'all the story yet. But the dream felt so real. Like I just keep getting like this not a rush, but like a sense of urgency to hurry up and finish my book number 2. And once I finish book number 2, that is like the message of just like basically like the message of everything I've been going through recently. And once this message comes out, it's like, all right, now Shay, this is the beginning of the next phase of your life. This message is not meant to be long, but I do want to tell y'all this. For some of you all, your dreams are about to be very, very vivid. You're about to start dreaming a whole bunch of like stuff that may look crazy. The best thing to do is start journaling them. And I know a lot of times, it's like, well, Shay, I'm not a good writer. Well, do videos like this so you can start like video documenting. And then so then when you go back and you listen to yourself talk, you can kind of like, oh my gosh, like it's gonna start. It's almost like a movie will then replay in your mind, right? So I would highly suggest a lot of y'all, just start video documenting a lot of the stuff. Start, like, I've been taking notes of, like, okay, look, watch this. All right, so look, every day since like July 28th, July 28th was the day of almost like your mind awakening, so to speak. I don't want to talk too deep because they're about what just happened. But that was the day of like your mind awakening. The veil has come off. That was the day of, that you kind of step out of the matrix, so to speak. And a lot of times the matrix makes you feel like you have to be stuck into this box. You have to think a certain way. You have to do everything that's common to the next person. But once you step out of it, it's almost like your mind, you start seeing all these different things all the time. It's like when your mind becomes awakened, or when you like I don't know, it's crazy. What's his name? His name Dick Gregory. I think it was named Dick Gregory. Anyways, him. I was on Instagram one day and he was like, man, once the universe or God or the Holy Spirit, whichever you believe in, I say God. But so once God like opens your eyes for you to recognize that you have been chosen. People are like, well, everybody's chosen. We're all God's people. No. Many are called to do a certain thing, but very few of us are chosen. And once God specifically chooses you, it's almost like you cannot run away from that. You start seeing synchronicities everywhere, listen. Anyway, like I was saying, kids getting all rowdy. But like I said, a lot of y'all, your dreams and stuff are becoming really, really, feel like they're being really, really real. Like they're trying to tell you a story or something. Like something that you, almost like something that you had already went through. But it's almost like giving you a like you're reminiscing almost. But anyway, I would suggest, this is what I was telling y'all. Look, so basically every day from like, you can see it, angel numbers. So every day from 7/28 all up until now, I've been taking notes on all the synchronicities, all the like not clues, but just like, okay, so like something like this. Hold on. See that? From like angel numbers, from like 7/28 all the way down. So every day I've been keeping like a log, so to speak, of all the numbers that I've seen, all the synchronicities, like all the clues, I guess you can say, of things that I've been seeing. A lot of people like, oh, I've asked God for a sign and he didn't say nothing, but God also said, in the last days, whatever, people gonna be asking for a sign, but he ain't gonna give you one. You just gonna have to live by faith. But there are signs and clues all around you. You just have to open your eyes and see. Open your eyes and see. And once your eye has been opened, it's like you can't miss it. They're everywhere. So, like, and whatever is going on in your life at that particular time, you coincide those numbers. And now it's so weird because a lot of the messaging, the visions and dreams and stuff that I've been getting out is almost like whoever I was whenever was some type of a queen or something, or she was a leader. And that's why I feel like God is giving me the voice to speak. And even now I'm like, look, Shay, you got to start this YouTube channel regardless of however you feel, whatever you think you don't look like, however you feel like you need to work on, fix, whatever, man, just start it. Because then people will be able to see your transformation. Like I started this thing maybe 7 months ago. And I haven't really done a lot of videos of me out in the open too much. They're more so of like videos of my thoughts and things like that. But eventually it's going to grow to that. I wouldn't even call it weird anymore. Now I feel like this is a lifestyle. Remember when I told y'all protecting your peace is not just a fad? It is not a trend. This is not like just something that you can just hop up on the bandwagon. You had to be molded from a child. You had to be molded from a child to be able to understand a lot of the stuff, understand a lot of stuff that you are being able to comprehend as an adult. So when people who are not grounded, I'm not trying to say I'm 100% grounded spiritually at all. I'm not saying that at all. But I have been molded from a child though. So me being molded from a child and having to kind of put the puzzle pieces together, it's not weird to me, per se. Certain things I'm like, what the world did I just see? Or what the world did I just watch? Or what the world did I just hear? Like, a lot of people now, like I said, your visions, your dreams are going to start getting really, really weird to you, maybe. If you're not used to it. But people who are just now waking up, it's going to seem crazy to you. It's like a light bulb type of thing. But those of us who have been kind of seeing stuff since childhood, it's kind of shocking at first. Like, all right, now I know like parts of your being is starting to wake up. And it's not going to seem crazy to you. So, like, hold on. It's like a lot of y'all are starting to get the tension headaches. When you come around certain people, your body gives off a certain type of like feeling, or like you can feel your body vibrating. I don't know if y'all felt that, but I felt that before. I remember I was this one chick that she was like, and after a certain period of time, she started trying to walk up on me, but it was almost like a force shield was standing in front of me, and I could feel like the vibration of the force like blocking me from her. It was the most weirdest feeling I have ever felt. But I felt so like protected though. I felt like whatever was still in her was still there. And whoever, my angel or my guardian, whoever was there, I can feel their presence. So the more she walked up on me, the more I felt like the being was like, I can't describe it to you. And I guess whatever was in her recognized who was guarding me, because you can kind of see her face go like from to like she backed up. So I've been feeling this type of stuff for a long, long time. So a lot of stuff is not unusual to me. Like every so often I'll get the ringing in my ears. Every so often I'll get like the real, like if somebody's around me or I can feel a spirit of toxicity around me, I'll get a really bad tension, like, or if I can feel somebody's presence is not right, I'll get a real bad like tension headache right here, or like one day it was so weird. I was working, right, and this lady walked up on me, and I see this lady all the time. But for this particular day, I don't know why. She walked up, was like, "Hey, love, how you doing?" Da, 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 da. Same usual, boo, 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 boo. But as she began to walk, and when she walked up on me, I was like, ooh. Like, it's almost like I was like, I went like that. Ooh, I went like that. Ooh, look at my eyebrow. Look at my eyelash. So when I did that, she was like, "You have a headache?" I was like, "No, I'm all right." And she was like, "Well, here's your cup. Go and watch your business." And I was like, "Mm-hmm." I said, "Thank you." Because I don't know what was in her that day. But my team, we was already hip. So when that joker walked in, boy, I don't know what it was, but she went on about her business. And another time, like sometimes I can be sitting here And all of a sudden it would feel like my nose ring is like feel like look, this little ball be making me feel like I got a boob. But like sometimes I can be sitting here, right? And all of a sudden it'll feel like my ear, it feels like something opens up and I can hear brown noise. If you know what brown noise means, go Google it. And at first I never understood what that noise was. Like sometimes I can be sitting here just chilling and it'll feel like it almost sounds like a portal almost. I don't know, almost how to make y'all feel like I'm crazy. But it almost feels like a portal opens up and it sounds like the ocean. It's like, it makes noise like that. But if you ever Google, it's undescribable sometimes. But if you ever Google what the word, or look up YouTube, like brown noise frequency, stuff like that, it almost has the same sound, like, but it feels like a woof has opened up, and every time that thing opens up. So a lot of times, Yaga, in this particular time that we are living in, start paying attention to your body. For the past month, like I told y'all from my last video, my body has not been reacting to that rabbit. Every time I come back to this house, I'm kind of wheezing. I've been having to kind of catch my breath. But for whatever reason, ever since that rabbit has come into this house, I've been having a hard time breathing. And at first, I'm like, when I told you I've always wanted a rabbit as a child, as a pet. And then last night I was sitting in the car because I had to go sleep out in my truck again last night. For real. It was so bad. I was breathing look, this part was hitting the back of my neck. And I was like, I can't do this. I gotta go sleep. I took the baby out and we stepped out in front of the truck, in front of the house. But I was like, God, what the world is that? I know it's gotta be more. Like, you don't just develop asthma like that. And I've been feeling like stuff has been like, I don't know. Anyway, but actually it was around the time of like July 28th-ish, the time where I had previously mentioned to you that we got that daggone rabbit. And when I was really sitting in the car last night, I said, hold on. Where did my daughter get this daggone rabbit from in the first place? And I had to really think. I said, God, help me. I'm like, God, help me remember. So I actually envisioned myself pulling back up in front of the store. It was like a movie. Like my mind, I have like photogenic, like videography type memory, where I can go back and like kind of retrace my steps and go back and see the exact steps that I took. So when I first pulled up to the store, it had like all these beads and stuff in the front window. And when I first walked in, it had like all these candles and that type of stuff around. And it had like all this like, I can't even really describe it to you. But anyway, it was a lot of it around. And the first thing I was like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. So on one side of the shop, they sold like, I guess like crystal type stuff. And then the other side was like, they had like the Hail Mary candles, that type of stuff. I don't know. It was like one of them type of shops. And I'm assuming whatever was attached to that rabbit brought its way to my house. And because this entity or whatever it is recognize that I am highly protected, and I am, yes, a chosen one, absolutely. The only way that it can try to attack me is through my immune system, I assume. And because mentally you cannot get me. You cannot infiltrate my mind and possess me and do all that foolishness. You can't do it. But what you can do, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what it is. I can't really put my finger on it. In due time, it'll come to me. But you know what is so funny? Something in particular is attached to that rabbit. Because it always wants to run up into my room and go under my bed. I've noticed that every time somebody will leave my daughter's room door open, it'll automatically shoot itself, hop itself upstairs, and go automatically underneath my bed. And that's where the first night that I really had that really bad, like, I felt like I had asthma, like a bronchial like attack or something. Like I could not breathe to the point I was gagging on every. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even talk. I had to leave out my house again, just like last night. But what is so crazy is there was a guy down the street that was selling rabbits. He was selling them. He had like over 100 of them jokers outside of his in his backyard. I had taken the kids there one day. Why didn't I get sick then? Why wasn't my breathing affected then? And I was close. I was touching on them. I was touching on them. Ooh, I was touching on them and everything. He had the big old one with the floppy ears, the one that I've always wanted. I think it's called the Angora. I think they're called Angora. Something like that. I think Aurora. There you go, Aurora. I think it's the Aurora. Grab the one with the big old floppy ears. I wanted him so bad. But that day I for whatever reason I didn't get it. But I was around. It was over 100 of them, and I never had any type of attack in my breathing. Nothing happened. Nothing. But that joker up there. Everything that's been happening to you, start making notes of it. Start doing videos of it. Start documenting it. I don't care if it's the littlest stuff. Y'all, guess what I saw? I saw document it. Because you never know how many other people are going through the same thing. A lot of people are going through a spiritual awakening right now. A lot of people's gifts are starting to open. And you starting to do things and see stuff that you never would have even ever imagined. Start documenting it. The minute you wake up, the minute you see it, y'all, guess what? And start keeping personal notes to yourself. Because it's about to get real out here. That law about the whole January 1st to 2023, but the whole, murderers and all that, basically like a purge type of thing. Listen. But I don't live in fear, though. I don't live in fear at all. Do some certain stuff make you kind of nervous? No. I mean, well, yeah, it do. But then it's like, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. God says he'll give you a place of refuge. You just got to have faith and believe it. That's why a lot of you all like start getting your body right, start exercising. A lot of y'all starting getting these downloads of changing your diet, go out and exercising. Like look, I was at work one day, and I was at work the other day, and I'm not gonna tell you everything, but I was at work the other day, and all of us, oh whatever, I was at work whatever, and so I just started getting like, the spirit was like, look, Shay, I need you to write this stuff down for the next 5 years. So I got some receipt paper, and I began to write. And Spirit's going to recognize that when you recognize who is talking to you, you're going to start getting more and more downloads. You're going to start getting more and more like instructions, if you will. So I've been hearing this voice for a very, very long time now. I mean, like I said, ever since I was younger. At the time, I just didn't understand who it was. But so when you start hearing those, like say for instance, I'm reading, right? Say for instance, I'm picking up my book and I'm reading. And I can be reading out loud. Even though my mouth is moving and my voice is working, I can still hear another voice that's telling me, okay, Shay, by this time, go out and go do whatever the case is. It was like, matter of fact, the other day, I know I'm skipping real quick, but watch this. So, I was leaving out for work. I was coming home. And sometimes I like to just sit in my car and kind of reflect on my day, kind of reflect on, just a lot of stuff that might have happened that day. And that's like my little sanctuary sometimes. Me and Queen Yuki outside, Queen Yukon. So I just like to sit out there and just kind of like just dissect my thoughts. And I was like, all right, you know what? I was like, all right, now it's time to go. Go ahead and go home. Because at first I was about to jump in my car. I'm like, all right, let me just go home and go straight. But I waited a little bit. So as I waited a little bit, I'm driving. And I had passed a car and the license plate said something 222. And me, that I slowed down and I was like, ooh, there you go again. There go that number. So I slowed down because it caught my attention. But as I'm driving further and further down, I get down to the cross intersection. Yo, I was literally this close. A car ran a red. And when I tell you, that was from the distance of from screen to me, that's how close it was. It felt. My life could have ended just like that. I wouldn't even wear my seatbelt, for real. To be honest, I wouldn't. And the way it came would have just took off my whole front. My legs probably could have got, I would have been done. My baby was sitting in the far back, so by the time he would have hit me, my truck probably would have spun around, flipped over. More than likely, I would have lost my life. Y'all have start having to become very sensitive to that voice. Start listening to the instructions that you are given. So anyway, I'm back. I'm back. Go back to the scene of me at work. I started writing down. I gotta write these numbers down. So anytime I find a piece of paper, I'll be like, and all the numbers that I see, I'm having to write them down because whatever's going on in my life presently is the number that you're gonna see. People are like, oh, I understand numbers. Yeah, okay. You have to kind of put the numbers together as to what's going on in your life. So for me, it was like, all right, if I'm dealing with, me being a human being going through this, me being a spiritual being, let me correct that, me being a spiritual being living this human experience, I'm going to see a lot of the number 666. People say, oh, that's the devil's number. No, it ain't. If you really research what that number is, no, it's not. But it's just basically telling you that you are a spiritual being living a human experience. And don't ever forget that you are spiritual first. Everything happens spiritually first. It takes your human avatar, your human body to take time to catch up with it. And once you catch up, remember that, okay, this is not going to last long. You're only here for a mission. Stop playing. Okay? When you start seeing the number 777, when you start seeing the numbers 111, one, like in the meaning of the I think one is like alignment or something like that. I wrote that down too. And I actually sat down at work and I wrote down all the numbers from 111 all the way to 888, all the way to, hold on, the 11111. Even 000 is an angel number as well. Even any consecutive number that you see, there's a meaning behind it. So whatever you are going through in your life, accompany that number with what you're going through. And when you see 888, 8 automatically means, let me just read it off to you. 8 automatically means money. 8 is a number of like new beginnings, new financial stability. If you've been going through a rough time in your life financially, you've been having to learn a few lessons, or there's a lesson that you just recently graduated from, and that means budgeting. That means having to not spend so much. God has given you the blessing. Okay, now you've learned. You've been able to be a good steward over the small amounts that I've been giving you. Now you're able to handle the big amounts that I'm giving you, right? So the number 888 means this: Lots of money, honey. Financial abundance is on its way to me right now. I am aligned with the money that I need. So, and you know what is so funny about that? And the part about it is, like this last, okay, starting in September, I have seen the number 888. Let me see how many times. The 1st of September, I saw 888 3 times. I saw the number 666 once. I saw the number 333 3 times. No, 66 twice. I seen the number 444 5 times, and I saw 222. The second time I saw 888 was on 9-3. And then I kind of missed from, okay, I wrote it down. 9-4 was, hold on. 9-4, no, I didn't see it that day. But, I'm not going to get no details. But, I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson of the lesson when it comes to financial stability and abundance and all those things. So those are those numbers. And those numbers are just a reminder of you've been a good steward over the little Shay that I've given you. Even now, because I've had to learn that lesson, being by myself, I've had to learn to budget more. Like when you go from paying half of everything to go having to do everything, it's like, okay, get yourself together, stop playing. So now this has been a lesson that I've learned. Right? So everything in your life has a meaning behind it. Nothing is done out of coincidence. Nothing is done out of just as a mishap or it just so happened. No, everything that God does is a purpose behind it. You just have to recognize what that thing is. Every person that starts to come into your life, recognize what their purpose is. Why are you here? I be telling myself, like, I'm such a thinker. Y'all know I'm always thinking. Shay, what you thinking about now? Oh, y'all already know that. So it's like you have to be able to put things into perspective and start listening to those that still small voice in the back of your mind that's telling you and giving you instructions. And once you learn to differentiate the good from the bad thoughts in the voices, then you're kind of able to do y'all ever be talking sometimes and you see like little flashes of light, like little balls of light? They're like little balls of light that you kind of phew. Maybe I'm crazy. I heard there's something called like orbs or something like that. I be seeing them jokers all the time. It's like they be sitting in front of me. But then when I look at them, when I look in its direction, I can be looking at you, but I'll see a flash of light here. Or I'll see a flash of light over there. Or I'll see a cluster of the lights somewhere. They'll fly past, down in my peripheral. This breathing thing. But then I'll look down at it and it's like, they'll disappear. Some of y'all think that a lot of people be crazy. Like, oh, girl, you just crazy. I really pray that you really listen to what I be saying. Because a lot of the stuff that I've been saying, that I've been wanting lately, is starting to come. Without me having to ask for it. Like, I've been getting a lot of things where God is like, this Shay, I'm telling you, Shay, like this is the season where, baby, you're not going to have to ask me no more. You're not going to need a second job. You're not going to need a second job like you think you do. You're not going to need, because listen, I'm not going to sit here and boast on myself, but I do think that I'm pretty educated without a formal degree. But life of the hard knocks, school of the hard knocks, yes, I've had to learn very quickly. And no, I don't have a degree in that aspect, but I'm pretty well educated, I think. So there's no way that I should be getting denied a job. All this time, every job that I've got, every job that I apply for, they're like, girl, and I've been promoted within months from a basic little cashier, something like just something to get the little coins, and then to within management within months. So my thing is, there's no way that I should be getting denied, right? I went and applied at this new store out here. This new stores out here. Only for them the very next day. Well, thank you, Shayla, for applying, but unfortunately, we have decided to deny your application or some mess like that they sent me. And I'm like, well, that don't sound right. Let me go apply somewhere else. Same thing. Spirit was like, didn't I tell you ain't gonna need that? Because what I'm finna bless you with, baby, you ain't gonna never have to go back to another job unless you want to. And once I got that understanding of that's what he was saying, I said, all right, I got you. Everything that I'm about to give you, Shayla, is literally about to find its way to you. It's literally about to fall into your lap. Well, blessings just don't fall into your lap. Oh, all right. I'm experiencing it. I've had a series of God be telling me all the time. I remember he told me a long time ago. I was going to this church, and I remember this pastor, Robert Bryan. I remember him telling me, he said, Shayla, you have a hedge of protection around your feet. Daughter, you are highly protected. And I've always wanted to know. Every time I went to that church, it was almost like the Spirit was always saying something to me. After a while, I'm like, well, gosh, and then afterwards, I felt like the hate, I felt like the people she always getting called, she always getting, God always talking to her. Well, I can't help it, shoot. I ain't no different from you. I'm just chosen, babe. But I remember every time God had something to tell me. Every time. And I remember one day he was like, I'm not going to repeat a lot of stuff because he told me to keep that stuff to myself. But literally, no matter what you go through, I am God's child. And I remember I'm not perfect. I'm the first one to say that. I am not perfect. I make plenty of mistakes. Do I recognize them? Absolutely. I'm not gonna walk around here and be like, oh well, you know what, Shayla, you deserve it because you just don't do nothing wrong. You a bull-faced lie. Girl, stop lying to yourself. Because you're not perfect at all. I admit that 100%. But I do recognize that that God does, give the toughest battles to those he thinks that they're going to be crazy enough to do them. To learn their lessons from them. And still be willing to honor and serve him afterwards. Absolutely. You gave me this life. You gave me this body. You gave me this mindset. You knew me before I was even in my mother's womb. You knew me before I passed through that portal of time. To be able to be birthed into this realm right here. To come into this body. And I'm so glad that God made me a black woman. But this time, for such a time as this, I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful for this wrinkle in time. This pause in time. I'm telling you, I'm an alien. And I really think I'm about to start having more dreams like that. I really do believe that. People are like, oh, that's demonic. We're spiritual beings, boo. And as a spiritual being, there's spiritual principalities all around us 24/7. They never sleep. Technically, we never sleep. This human body sleeps because Well, there's no such thing as age in time either. But I'm saying that the human body rests. It rests. Right? But spiritually, we never sleep. We go from realm to realm to realm to realm, and we go from planet to planet. Do you know there's other beings on other planets that watch us humans all the time and realize, like, what the world did they be thinking? Like, them the only people that were made in God's image, and they act like that? Like, you got some of the most exotic looking beings that live on other planets. Planets far greater than our natural eye can see. You can see with a telescope, you can see Saturn, Mars, and the moon and all that other type of stuff. But past the galaxies, past that, yo, our spiritual body travels. We done already seen all of this stuff for centuries already. We've already seen it. But now it's time that our natural human bodies, our natural bodies are starting to wake up to it, because, you know, our brains are very finite. And our brains have to go through a process called repetition in order for us to kind of mentally grasp it. When we see something for the first time, it's like, what the world? But spiritually, our mind has already seen that 100 times, 1,000, million times over. Like, girl, what you doing? Somebody started following you. Oh, all right. But, so what you can see with your naked eye, that's why you go through deja vus, because you done already seen it already. I know I sound crazy right now to some of y'all, but I'm trying to tell you. You've been here before. And you just reliving and trying to complete the mission that was given first. I know I'm going to complete my mission. And once my mission is complete, my children, that's why God gave me so many. Because my children are able to witness my journey. My children are going to be able to see mom go through marriage, divorce, the death of a child, me getting my tubes tied, me walking away from a marriage, to making the decision that no matter how hard it gets, I have to do my mission. My mindset right now is I have to complete my mission, because once I'm gone, who's to say what if I complete my mission and then, like, my time here is up next year, 2 years, 4 years from now, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, 20 years. My children will then be able to carry on for the next generation. You see what I'm saying? So because they've been able to witness, and I've been able to learn from them, each one of my children are gifted. And little by little, like my last one, the rainbow baby, he came 5 months after baby girl died. This little joker right here, boy, is like, it's like an old man in the soul, for real. He's so, like, his character is so, like, he act like a daggone teenager in a 2-year-old body, for real. I say, here, baby, you want some? Mom, mommy. And he one of them 2020 post-pandemic babies, so he one of them. So y'all already know where I'm going with that. Y'all already know. Shoot, you already know them 2020 babies. 2019 and forward. Them babies, look, I'm telling you, them. That's why I'm so much harder on my children now. Y'all better get my house clean. Y'all better do this. Y'all better do that. Whatever y'all see, write it. Whatever you hear, write it. They be like, Mom, did you call my name? No, I ain't say nothing to you. Yes, you did. You just called me. No, I didn't. They be hearing voices too. My oldest one, she used to see them daggone my oldest one used to see demons walking around, like when we used to live in the hood, like for real. And we used to live in this house. She would wake up out of her dream and tell me exactly what these things would look like. As a child, I used to be able to see stuff in my mom's house. And I would tell her all the time, girl, ain't nothing in this house, girl. Just pray. You need to pray, Mom. Look, there's something in your house. All right. But overall, y'all, this message is just, I listen, when I get caught up in something, when it's something that I really, really want, like I'm passionate about, or that I really have something to say, it does get kind of long, and I'm sorry. But everything that I'm telling you, times are about to get crazy, and there's going to be time for you to start listening to that little voice in the back of your head. Paying attention to who coming into your life out of nowhere. Start paying attention to those gifts. Start paying attention to them dreams that you've been wanting, that been sitting over there in your book, on your bookshelf forever. Dust the dust off, and start getting something together. Link up with somebody. Like if you end up meeting, your soulmate, or your whatever, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, your purpose person. Make sure that they have goals and dreams themselves. Make sure that y'all are on the same thinking level. Make sure that person, not to say that they complete you, because you should be complete within yourself. Like, I'm good where I'm at, but I can be better. That meaning this: I've accepted my flaws. I've accepted my weight, my body. After having 10 kids, stop playing. I've accepted the inner work, my childhood traumas, the rejection, the neglection, like the stuff that I faced being with, boyfriends, and the things that the rejection of what those have taught me. I'm good. How people can just be your friend one day and up and leave the next day. I'm good. I've learned my lesson, because it's not about me. It's about them. It's about the inner work that they need to complete. It's something within them, but then it was also something within me that I was attracting them type of people. I was attracting broken people. Why? Why was I attracting that? Because I'm a healer. I've learned that. I've learned that my voice brings healing to certain people. How I'm able to walk in a room and everybody's like staring, like, and I had to work on that. I hate when people stare. Like, if you're gonna talk to me, talk. Hey, talk. Hey, I'm. But people just sit there and stare, and I'm like, I know I'm not the only one that just walked through this store. It's about 20 other people that just walked in here with me, but y'all staring at me for what? But it wasn't me like this that they're staring at. They're staring at my aura. They're staring at my whatever. People just like, they'll come up to me in the store. That's why I love working in places like, retail or fast food, because I get to meet so many people. Because then people just walk up to me like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you feeling today? Well, and they'll go on for like 5 minutes on their life story. And I'm like, you know what? I pray for you then. You know what? I pray that. And then people come through the drive-thru and they'll just come up and they'll just sit there and stare at me like. At first, honestly, it used to piss me off. I'd be like, what the world are you looking at? Like, what? Do I got a booger? I mean, I know but what is it? Shoot. But now I recognize that it's not me that they're looking at. It's the goddess in me that they see. I had to learn that. When you're by yourself and you learn to, that true reflection of self, that true identity. Some of y'all are in an identity crisis. And I wrote about that in my book already. See that? That's how I know y'all don't read. All right, you get a pass this time. But like when you realize, when you start to self-reflect on all the things that you are responsible for, your accountability, that's when things just start to become more calmer, I don't let nothing get to me no more. I don't. I just let it ride. And then some people will come up to me and just be nasty as boredom, those be nasty as I don't know what. And all I do is say, hey, how y'all doing today? Or I'll go, this 9 times in 10, sometimes it's girls. They'll come up to the window. I'm like, hey, love, how you doing? Da-da-da, you're total blah, 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 blah. They'll hand me their money like this. Some of them won't even make eye contact with me. They're like, yeah. Thank you. Real nasty acting, real like stink acting. And I'm like, yeah, that don't have nothing to do with me. Oh, y'all, and don't let they man be in a daggone car with them.
Bro.
Them the ones that be in the passenger seat going like this. Girl, I don't want him. Shoot. I do not want him. Stop playing. They be breaking their neck over. They be breaking their neck over the daggone dashboard thinking I want him. Shoot, I already met mine. Stop playing. But still, look. That's all I really wanted to say to y'all today, for real. Just be mindful of your environments. Start paying attention to them synchronicities that you see, the consecutive numbers. Start seeing, clues. If you ever ask God for anything, start paying attention to if He does start showing you signs about anything. If you starting to see like little orbs, if you starting to see like shadows, or if you like, when God starts to show you. Shay, why you do that? You know daggone well you ain't supposed to be doing that. Oh, sorry, God. But God, look, I'm just okay. Now, okay. All right. I accept it. No excuses. I accept it. Thank you. Sorry. And you going about your business. Everything, when you wake up from a dream, write it down. Either if you can't write it down, you can't express it, speak it. Yeah. So the best thing to do is speak it. If you can't, like what I be doing now, speak it. What else? What you doing, boy? Huh? So, I mean, like I said, start paying attention to those who are coming into your life right now. Start to this is the perfect time to start working on them visions. No, I'm not saying on vision boards. Start working on the actual vision. Shoot. It'll change over time anyway. The more you mentally grow, spiritually grow, and you start seeing things from a different perspective, your vision gonna change anyway. It is. It's gonna be more about servanthood more so than you per se. Your business should already be about serving others anyway. To be a service to someone. All right, and then last but not least, like, stay grounded, stay protected, protect yourself. Like, if you gotta go into hermit mode every so often. If you gotta take a break from social media, if you have to, because there's always somebody lurking, always somebody watching you, always somebody that's trying to throw the little evil up on you, and you can feel it. Start paying attention to your body. Anything new that you bring into your household, start paying attention to how your body reacts. Like that little joker gotta go. Point blank period, he gotta go. Okay. So I just gotta figure out an exit strategy. I gotta figure one out. But anyway, start paying attention to how your body reacts around certain people. If you start having the ringing in your ears, the brown noise, any type of difference that you start to see within your body, start paying attention to it. This thing about to get on my nerves. Start paying attention to the differences that you see in your body. Everything that you ask for, be careful what you ask for. And be very specific as to what you are asking for. Some of y'all right now are asking for a partner. Be careful what you're asking for. Spirit already know who you want. But you have to know who you want. And don't really have no label on it. Don't be like, oh, well, he got to be this age, this tall, this, that. Look. If this man is spiritually grounded and he has a vision and he's God-fearing. We're all human beings. Yes, stuck in this daggone avatar body. Yes, so we're going to make decisions. We're going to make choices that, of course, are worldly choices that may not be, of course, good for us, of course. But once you start to grow and learn, those things are going to start falling off of you. After a while, you're going to start getting real disgusted as to, I don't want somebody like that. I don't, it's good. Tiki, what are you doing? Put your head up. Like, yeah, I mean, just overall, it's life is really gonna start falling into your lap. Man. I promise you. I promise you it is. And when it starts to happen for you, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I cannot stress that enough. Spirit did not tell you in public, so he don't expect you to release it in public until it's done. Until y'all done already did what you're going to do, until you done already signed the contract. And when it comes to contracts, make sure you have a lawyer on your side that's with you, that can read that fine print, that can explain and break down the details of what that fine print really states. When it comes to, I don't care if it's buying a house, a car, setting a new collaboration, a business, whatever it is, take things like a grain of salt.
Wood.
One step by step. You're building your life. You are literally, once you start becoming awakened, you are rebuilding your life brick by brick. You like the 3 Little Pigs from my book. You are building your life brick by brick. Okay? And in this time, you don't have no time for mistakes. If you've been on this earth for 30 years already, 30 natural years, in this body, 30 years, you should have learned your lessons by now. This is not the time to be making no mistakes. It's not time to be making no premature decisions. This is about the time of making calculated risk. Taking calculated risk. This is the time to start, making some educated decisions. This is the time to really start weighing the pros and cons of certain things, but you don't have time. Ask God for accelerated wisdom, accelerated intellect. So any issues that come to you, any type of contracts, partnerships that come to you, you're able to make sound decisions and you are satisfied with your decisions. Oh, you coming with me for what? Okay, let's read that out. Boom, done. It's either yay or no. Start asking God for wisdom beyond your years, so that you're able to comprehend if somebody's trying to bamboozle and hoodwink you. We don't got time for, to go through enough. That one mistake finna set you back 5 years. Don't you realize that one mistake that you do will set you back 3 to 5 years? So it's inevitable right now that you start making clear, sound decisions. God says an unstable man is unstable in all of his ways. So if you not directing to the point and stable within one area of your life, you're going to be wishy-washy in all the other areas. Your equilibrium going to be off in all the other areas of your life. One minute you're going to be leaning this way. Next minute you're going to be leaning this way. Next minute you're going to be falling back to the back. I'm speaking what I know. Your equilibrium of life will be off. It is time. Listen, it's time. It's time. We shout unity. We shout this. We shout this. This is the time now. We don't have time for no play. We don't have time for play. We don't have time for, folk to. Oh yeah, I still got that up. Don't come for me. Don't do that. I still got it up. I don't even celebrate that like that. I don't. I forgot. I don't. But it was like $30, and I was like, you know what? Let them do something. Let them kids do something. But I love y'all. I do. And I really want the best for you. I want this to be the best decade of your life. Notice I said decade. I ain't say year. I ain't say week. I ain't say next 6 months. I said next decade. And in this next decade, you're going to see a huge difference. Pray for protection every day. Pray for wisdom again. Pray for intellect. Pray for guidance. Spiritual guidance, so that you're able to see spiritually before anything, and make decisions based off of your eyesight versus your hindsight and your natural eye. Make decisions based off of that Christ consciousness that we all need at this point. and think with our heads versus our organs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stop it. For guys, think with your head, and girls. All right. But it's time for me to get up off of here because I'm pretty sure this video is pretty long, but I really had to get this out. I really did, because that dream was so vivid. Like, it was almost like, again, I was put in a leadership position. Me and my husband, well, me and this dude, whoever he was, I don't know, but he was kind of loving. So I guess that was what it was. And I was given a mission for a short period of time before my oxygen ran out on Earth. But that's symbolic for, I guess, for other things. I don't know. But other than that, like, time is of the essence, and I don't have time to play. So I love y'all. So y'all already know what it is. It's your girl, Shay Shay. From Simply Magnolias and Honey, just a Southern girl living life like it's golden. No matter how thick and sticky life gets, remember it is still what? Golden. Dinky, get off my head. Sure gotta do it. But it's growing back. But anyway, y'all, I love you. And I'll catch you on the next video. Probably gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna be thinking about something. Sure. Bye.